is Tuesday Talks at 10:30. I'm like almost right on the dot this week. Good morning, good morning. Hello, hello. Come on in. Welcome. This is Connecting to Spirit with Stacy. I'm evidential medium Stacy Niedenthal, and this is Tuesday Talks at 10:30, where I come every Tuesday morning to talk to you about things that maybe you wouldn't necessarily be comfortable in speaking with other people about. We talk about meditation and, um, grief, loneliness. We talk about angels and archangels and all the spiritual woo woo stuff. And today, just like every other day, we are going to talk about something that maybe you're not comfortable in speaking to someone else about. So, we're going to talk about angel and oracle cards. Good morning. Good morning. I see a few comments. Yay. First, I just want to talk about the events that are coming up. So, this weekend, on Saturday is our Fall Fest. It is from 10 to 5. The band plays from 1 to 4, where we have music and food vendors or food trucks and vendors, and it's just a great day to come to Hip Gypsy Emporium. It's no cost to you, but come and hang out with us for our Fall Fest. I'm sorry, my April. Am I a wishing or what? September 23rd and 24th, I am going to be in Bel Air, Maryland with my buddy Denise. And I think there are two, maybe three privates that are still available. Again, that's September 23rd and 24th. October 17th through the 19th. Come aboard the train and go to the Only a Whisper Away Women's Retreat in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. We have seats that are available, or spaces that are available. We are all going to be under one roof. And I've got a lot of really cool things planned where we're going to be doing, a platform gallery reading or readings. We're going to be working on vision boards and how to manifest. We're going to talk about meditating. We're going to talk about all the different tools that you can use to raise your vibration, such as angel and oracle cards, crystals and stones, dowsing rods. We're going to do a full moon release with a guided meditation by our own Karen Pizza, who is a crystal Reiki healer. She's going to be helping us facilitate that. Vision boards, all kinds of great stuff. This is not just a grief retreat. This is a retreat. Oh, so I just realized I don't have any rings on that finger. This is a retreat where women gather together and help raise each other's vibration and work on our spiritual growth together. So come with us. We have room that's available for you, and we would love for you to meet us in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. October 27th, I am combining with my sister, who does a Harry Potter tea every year. This year she's doing two. One is just a regular tea tasting, which is earlier in the month. And then she and I are combining together with a tea tasting, Harry Potter style, followed by a gallery reading. October 28th, I'm at Kismet Epiphany. And then there is a new group that I'm starting, not I'm starting with a friend of mine that is going to be the Divine Sacred Empowerment Circle. And basically, what it is, it's like a Zoom class. So the circles are held together where we just talk about a subject and we meditate on it for about 30 minutes. And then we talk about what we have gathered and then we move on. So in October, November, and December, we're going to have this circle. And then starting in January, we're actually going to have classes based around those circles. So January's class might be, putting on your spiritual booties or, getting unstuck, things like that. But it'll all be announced on Facebook here very soon, as well as my website. So if you're interested in joining any of these events, go to connectingtospiritwithstacy.com or look here on my website, or private message me, text me, email me, and we can get you hooked up. All right, enough with the commercials. How is everybody doing this morning? Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Beautiful morning. Hard to believe, mid-September already. We're like a month away, a month today, from our women's retreat, the 17th through the 19th, right? So let's talk about angel and oracle cards. So if you've never used angel and oracle cards, This is just kind of a quick lesson about it. I'm not talking about tarot cards only because I don't completely understand them. I don't want you to think that they are bad or you shouldn't use them. It's something that doesn't resonate with me. There's a lot of really great tarot card readers out there and that give classes on how to use tarot. I'm not your teacher for that. Luke, I am not your father, right? So I'm not the one to teach you on that. However, I use angel and oracle cards, medicine cards, energy cards all the time. And I've been asked by several people what the difference is, how do you use them, and how do I pick them out? So, this is basically what we're going to talk about. So, first of all, angel and oracle cards are designated or they're created to help the user create a channel, a connection with the angelic frequencies and divine guidance. They help you to open up, to connect, to communicate, to receive guidance, to receive clarity, and it can help you to gain that clarity that you need to identify different areas in your life that maybe need, changed or validation that you're on the right path. But it can give you a better understanding of what the next step is. Okay, so that's when you look at angel and oracle cards as a whole. Oracle cards are used for self reflection. And I do want to say that all modalities, all tools can be used for good or bad. When I first started reading, doing mediumship readings, I wasn't going to use cards because I didn't understand them. Um, I had a false sense of what they represented. And then one weekend, when my husband was hunting, sorry, he was at hunting camp with all of his buddies, I got a deck of cards, started just kind of looking at them and reading about it. And then I got on one of the Facebook groups for developing mediumship. And I put a thing on there that said, I'm working on developing my reading skills for angel cards. We'll do readings for whoever private messages me. I just ask for feedback. Well, I got over 100 people that wanted me to do this. So while he was gone, I sat and I had to turn off comments. I sat and pulled cards, took pictures, did voice to text, and sent them to the people who had asked me for readings. And then the feedback was, fairly good. Right on. The more that I did, then that resonates with me. Some people would say, "Oh, that's not quite it, but it was this," and then I could see where that sign or where that path would go. Okay, so it's practicing with the oracle cards, with the angel cards, for them to resonate with you. Both styles are used for insight. They can give you validations. Um, you're never alone, that your angels, your guides, archangels, um, ascended masters, that they're around you and they see what you're doing. It helps you connect with your higher self, with your own consciousness, with the collective. And the collective is the spiritual realm. You may want to use angel and oracle cards and put the intention in the angel and oracle cards that your mom is helping you to pull these cards and put that intention in. So it's not an angel guidance, it's guidance from mom. This may be what you want it to feel like. So all decks, I would like to think, I'm going to put it that way. All decks are channeled with insight from the creator. Um, and they all come with a guidebook. I would like to believe that they are all channeled with good intentions. Sometimes you might get a deck and you go, "Ooh, I don't like this deck. Something feels wonky about it." You know what? Put it to the side and maybe use it at a later date. If you have it to the side and you have a friend of yours saying, I've been thinking about getting a deck, but I don't know what deck to use. You know what? I have a deck that just didn't resonate with me. Here, and see if it resonates with them. Okay. You can cleanse your deck. You can put your own intentions in it, but sometimes the deck just doesn't feel like it fits you. It doesn't feel like It's the deck for you. And that's okay. Put it to the side, give it to someone, whatever you feel. You may, in a couple months or in a couple years, there was a deck that I had bought, oh, I don't know, several years ago. And then all of a sudden, I'm like, hey, I wonder where that deck is. And I do have a deck that I bought a couple months ago that I still haven't opened it yet. So I basically started with one deck, and then I had, and you know what? I don't have the one deck out here. You see the ones that I have here for samples that we're going to talk about? And my starter deck, of course, I don't have out here. Silly me. That's okay. Um, but when they were created with this insight, they were also, I would like to believe, they are also created for you to put your own energy and your own intuition into it so that you can create a channel, a connection to get your own clarity. So, when you think about um, the cards, they all come with these books that explain what it means. Um, and there are some people who will use the decks and they will use it based on their chakras. So, if you're thinking about, your root chakra, so if you see a card that has red, that's grounding, that's safety. The sacral is orange, creativity, sexuality, the solar plexus, and they're located in different areas of the body. And you can always look that up if this is something that you're interested in. I have found, where's it at? A chakra deck, and I use it from time to time. Okay. So this specifically says heart chakra. Let's see. Here's one that is in green. Um, Emotional balance. So the emotional balance, that's your heart. That's why it's in green. But you notice that there's other colors that's in here. And there's other signs and symbols that's to me that's on here. So if I were to look at this card, it says stability, harmony, peace, fluidity, emotional balance. You can read the book. Do I have the book? Hold on. They all come with guidebooks. Let's see. This is number 27. Sometimes I'll even look at the numbers that it's under. Oh, 27 means this to me. So number 27, it just talks about the story of the card, what the card message is, and then you can read this. What I like to do is I like to look at the card, see what it means to me, maybe write it down, and then read what it means in the book. When you're getting your cards, your first deck, I would look at the card, see what it means to you, then read it and kind of go back and forth. But I also, when I'm looking at this card, see, and I just pull whatever card out of there, see how the colors go into like the water, and the water is blue, and it's talking about emotional balance. To me, these colors represent sunshine and lightheartedness, allowing myself to like jump into this water, to be anointed with this. I need to find emotional balance. I need to find peace. I need to find fluidity within my heart. Well, what does that mean? So you want to go back and look at that and what that means to you, and really, take a pause with this. Okay, so there are ones for your chakras, and I'm going to talk more about these. All right, so let me put that to the side. And if you're interested, this is the Oracle Insight, Chakra Insight, and this is an Oracle deck, Insight. Okay, it gives you insight. All right, and then we talked about sometimes colors need a specific thing. Like if I were to pull um, an Oracle card that had blue on it, instantly that's Archangel Michael to me. And I do have Archangel Michael cards, but certain colors for me are associated to certain archangels. And I don't want to make it sound complicated. I'm just giving you different options. You may just want to pull the cards and the cards mean what the cards mean to you. Or you read it and that's what you're going to meditate on. That's fine. I'm just giving you different options. So when I look at specific cards, the colors, like I said, when I see blue, it reminds me of Archangel Michael. Michael is the leader. He's the protector. Lets me know that Michael is around me, guiding me in the direction that I need to go in. Yellow, beautiful thoughts, Archangel Jophiel. Pink, relationships, heart. Even though green is your chakra color, pink is, for me, is heart. And that's Archangel Shamal. White, Gabrielle. the angel of revelation, green, Raphael, the healer. So different things mean different signs, different colors, different subjects mean different things to different people. Here's the thing. When you're using angel and oracle cards, my belief is the creator is pushing you to use your intuition of what this deck, what this specific draw means to you. So you're not right or you're not wrong. Right? Excuse me. So I wanted to talk about different signs and symbols on cards. So I have one deck when I teach my mentor students how to read angel and oracle cards. I use one particular deck, and it's the Earth Warrior deck, and it's this deck. And the reason why I use this deck is because if you look at it, it doesn't have a real explanation here on the bottom. Some cards will have a full explanation. So let me come back to that. Now I'll get back to this. So yes, I'm going to come back to this. I jumped the gun a little bit. So if you were to come and see me for a mediumship reading, I use several decks when I see you. I meditate on your name for about a half hour, even if it's just your first name. If my clients don't want to give me their name, I meditate on the person who's about to walk through my door. And I pull a medicine card on this person. These are medicine cards, and they come with a book. Okay. The medicine card lets me know where you're at this particular moment. I'm calling in your guides and my guides to say, hey, Stacy, here's something that your sitter needs to know, or this is where they're at right now. So let me just pull one. Okay. So if I were to pull the salmon card on you, the salmon tells me, and again, I'm listening to my guides and your guides, so it may differ. But the salmon tells me that it's time for you to trust your intuition. Just like the salmon knows when to go upstream to spawn, nobody, you know, pulls up the gate and says, go, here's the direction. They don't give them a map, they know where to go. And sometimes the salmon gets, pushed back in the water, but it keeps going. It's the end result. It's the end result. Keeping your mind on the end result. What is your intuition telling you? So this would be the medicine card. And I would talk a little bit more about it. The guides usually give me more information. And I have one of these little handy dandy things. And if you don't have one of these and you use cards a lot, this is a cool thing to use. I'll pull a card during the day and I will put it in this little thing, put it on my desk. And then as I'm looking at my desk, I'm like, I need to think about using my own intuition. Why am I listening to what my gut's telling me to do this? Why am I listening to something else? So it's just that constant reminder. All right. And then I pull angel cards on you that are past, present, future, your path and your challenge. And maybe it says support. And yes, the card is going to give me like this keynote support. Why do I feel like so your angels are telling you that even if you feel alone, you are not alone. They are always there with you. What do you need help with? And I want you to remember, oh, I don't know what I did with it. There it is. I leave this out. Okay. So your guides are telling you to trust your intuition because they're there to support you. What do you feel like you need supported on? What are your guides telling you to do? What is your intuition telling you to do? All right. And then as I'm doing the reading, I pull angel cards. This is Shanti. She's the angel of peace, letting me know that things are going to be calming down. Things have been kind of wonky for you lately, but they're calming down for you. Does this resonate? So these are just three decks that I use. And sometimes people come in and they want an energy reading, and I've got an energy deck. So those are some of the ones that I use. I've got, I don't know how many decks, and some I haven't used hardly at all, and some I use a lot. You can tell by looking at these poor little cards that they're used a lot compared to some of the others. So back to where I was before. So when I teach my mentee students, how to do angel and oracle cards or how to read a card, I use the Earth Warrior deck, like I was saying, because there is no real message here on the bottom. Okay, it says medicine horse, and then it says progress on the path. All right. So what I do is I have my students pull the cards and I say to them, when you look at the card, what's the first thing that pops out at you? So when I pull this card, the first thing that pops out to me is this line between the horse and this human. And what does that mean to me? All right. So if I were to have my head up against a horse, I would feel love and compassion, unconditional love, right? So this is what this is saying to me. This is horse medicine, unconditional love. What's the next thing that jumps out at you? Well, the next thing that jumps out at me is where is it at here? Like the mandala that's down here, kind of like an earring. So what does the mandala mean to me? And it's one of those things that's just right what's off the top of your head. So the mandala, there are many paths that we have to go on, you know? And we walk these different paths in our life for a reason. And here's the path that I'm on right now. And it may feel like it's a little squiggly, but even if it's a little squiggly, there's a straight line that's coming very soon, right? So you want to take that information with the first information, unconditional love, all right? Horse love. So I'm on this path, right? The path represents the path of the horse. The horse, and it's what it means to you. Now, I've been using these cards for years, so it might mean more to me, but I don't want you to think that you can't do this. So the path of the horse, if you are a horse rider, what is the path of the horse? That's where you want to go. If you are not a horse rider, what path are you on that you need a horse? See how you can do it? Maybe the path that I'm on is kind of rough and treacherous, and if I have a horse, it would be easier to climb this mountain. Okay. If I am a horse rider, I don't want to be on a treacherous path because my horse, maybe its leg is not well or something, and it needs to be more gentle. So where are you at right now? To me, the horse represents a person who can carry a lot of baggage because a horse can carry a lot of baggage. And when there is too much on the horse's back, it bucks. It gets rid of the things that it doesn't need. So this to me would say you're on a path of releasing those things that no longer serve you, even though, the path may have circled around and maybe you were seeing the same thing, um, you were doing the same thing over and over and over again, but all of a sudden you've figured out, I no longer need this. And now my path is straight. So, and then, so you see how you want to use your intuition of the things that pop out to you, the headdress may, whoops, where is it at? The headdress may pop out to you. This, headband. What would that represent to you? Oh, third eye. And that band is across my third eye. Is my third eye closed? Getting ready to open? Am I going to get wisdom from my horse? So this is the way that you want to use your cards. And then after you meditate and think about what it means to you, write that down. And then look at what the actual meaning of the horse is. I don't know where the book is. Hold on. Oh, I'm not sure where the book is. But you would just want to compare it and then see how that feels, how that resonates with you. Okay? So, how do you pick a deck? Okay. There are lots of decks. I've got the Earth Warrior that we just talked about. I have the angels. I have an animal deck. I have the chakra deck that's over here, a basic angel deck, an archangel deck. Trying to think what else I have over here. A psychic tarot deck, which I got the psychic tarot deck because it's an oracle deck to help you to learn tarot. Still don't understand tarot, but it's cool. I'm open to it. I probably have 30 or 40 decks easily, and I will use them based on whatever I feel drawn to. These, are my go-tos. And my energy deck. Here's the energy deck. If someone wants their energy read. All right. So, like I said before, always remember everything can be used for good or bad. So you want to put good intentions into the deck. All right. So if I were to get this angel deck, I would want to basically touch every card and put an intention in. My intention is not to overdo what God's plan is for me or to overthink it. My intention for this deck is to give me insight of where God wants to lead me and the things that need to be pointed out to me, for my higher good and the higher good of all the people that are in my circle. So you're touching each and you're putting that intention in. And then if this is the first time you've used this deck, you would pull the card support, see what it means to you, read the book, what support means. Um, and of course, I don't have the book over here, but you're going to read that and then compare that. And you may just want to pull one card a day and just kind of put it on your desk, or carry it with you. Some people carry it with you so that you can think about it all day. Support. Who's supporting me? God. My angels are around me. My mom's in spirit, so I'd imagine she's supporting me. And even when I feel alone, I'm not alone. And this is that reminder that you're not alone. Okay? So that's one way to use the deck. Um, there are different layouts. You can pull a card a day. Um, you can pull past, present, future, 3 cards. Um, and each deck will come with a book that talks to you about what the intention of the creator was of the deck, of how you're going to lay this deck out. I usually do a 3-card pull for myself. I do past, present, future. When you are sitting in front of me, I do past, present, future, your path, and your challenge. And it kind of tells the story the whole way through. So if you were to do that and you read it and you think about it, but when you're first starting with decks, do one at a time. Maybe once a day, once a week, whatever you feel comfortable. It's based on your own intuitive thoughts. But what I would do, um, you put the intention into the deck. This is your spiritual journey, your spiritual path. Find a quiet space, right? So for those of you who have had readings done by me, this is not my quiet space. This is my office space. Behind the yellow door, yellow brick road, that's my quiet space. So I would go into my quiet space. I would meditate. And maybe I have a particular question that I want to ask that I'm looking for insight on. So I would shuffle my deck, meditating about this question. And then you would pull as many cards as what you feel. Sometimes I hear 2. Okay, I'm going to pull 2 cards. If a card jumps out, that's a card that I use. So when you pull the cards, look at them, see how it resonates, journal it. And when I say journal it, allow the pen to just write on the paper. Don't overthink it. You know how in school you'd have to start your paragraph what it said, if it said, what did the horse say in the story? The horse in the story said, just write. Horse, what does horse? I'm seeing this horse. I see the mane. I'm seeing me on the horse. And I feel like the wind is blowing and I feel very free. And there's this field that I am in. And the field represents my quiet space and my freedom that I am looking for. And the horse is taking me to this path, allowing it to carry all of my baggage and helping me to decide what I need and what I don't need in my emotional psyche. And that may be just something that I'm seeing in this card and I'm writing about it. And maybe as you're writing about it, you think about a situation where you feel stuck. And you're like, oh, I was just thinking about whether I need to stay in this job or whether I need to move out of this job. The horse represents carrying you to a different consciousness so you can decide whether this job is just a job or if this job is a career. Is it you or is it the job? Because let me tell you, it's not always you. It's the people you work for. Well, let me tell you, it's not always the people you work for. It's you. So it's doing this deep down search within yourself. I call it shadow work, or it's known, I don't, but everybody call it. Anyway, if you're on the spiritual path, it's called shadow work, where you look deep down within yourself and you ask yourself why, and you face all of your struggles. What the heck? I'm losing my job. What? All right, Shelby. We can help you with that. Get a deck of cards and say, I'm losing my job this week. What am I going to do? And feel what the intention is. This message must be for you. All right. So you're going to journal about it. And like I said, it's taking that deep look within yourself. That, is it me? Sometimes I get stubborn, and I've had to have these come to Jesus talks with myself, where I'll say to myself, I'm in a situation with someone, and no matter what they do, it's not going to be the right thing for them to do because it's too soon for me. I need to work through it. So it's allowing yourself to do those inner journeys with yourself and say, is it me or is it the job? And how can I get over this? How can I work through this? Right? So you're going to journal, and it's going to pop things into your head that's going to make you think about different things. And then read the book that comes with it, or not read the book, it's up to you, about how it makes you feel. I was right on with that. And then reflect on that, and you're on your way. So whether you choose to use an oracle deck or an angel deck or a tarot deck, it's just a tool that helps you gain insight. And if you don't want to use it, it's cool. I just wanted to give you some ideas on some of the ways that you can use it. So, hold on. So this is a cool deck. This is the spirit animal deck. And for all you animal lovers, all you people who like spiders or bats or dragons, or that you like the creepy crawlies, or you're just drawn to animals, this would be a good deck for you, right? So this is it talks about the spirit that resides around you and within you. We all connect with spirit animals at some juncture in our life. So if I were to pull the spider, and this says make your dreams real, and just because I worked with this deck before, the spider represents feminine energy. Its body is the number 8. The woman has the number 8 as their body. The web represents your circle of influence. Have you ever seen a spider when there's something in the web that's not supposed to be there? It picks it out. Is there anybody in your circle of influence that needs to be out of your web? The spider web literally can make, a web overnight that's huge and beautiful. Do you need a bigger circle of influence? Is it too big? Is your web dirty? Does it need purged? Is it hanging in the wrong place? The spider also represents creativity. Hello, the web, spider web. Are you a creative person that hasn't been creating lately? Maybe you need to create, because that's what helps to get you flowing. Understand? So that's how the spirit animal oracle works. And then there's this deck by Radley Valentine, which I absolutely love. And this is Angel Answers. So let's say that you wanted to ask a specific question about something. And you say, I want to know whether I should hold on to this job or if I need to move on. And I'm just using a for instance. So, and see how like the card pulls out a little bit? So this would be the card that I would pull. This is just a for instance. So it may or may not give the answer that you're looking for, but it might. So it says yes. Okay. So this answer is yes. So is this a job worth holding on to? Yes. So if the job is worth holding on to, then you've got to start to break it down a little bit and say, why is the job worth holding on to? Why, okay, when we look at a job as a job because it pays the bills, Bob Marley said, when you do what you do for the money, the passion leaves. When you do what you do for the passion, the money comes. So have you lost your passion? Is this the right path for me? What do I need to do with this? Okay. So that's a deck. And like I said, and if you come to Hip Gypsy, there's tons of decks as well. And a little secret, I just got the final artwork from the Angel Oracle deck. Well, not the Angel, but the Oracle deck that I'm creating. So hopefully that will be out in the near future. We talked about the chakra deck. And then there's the Psychic Tarot deck by John Holland. So it's an Oracle deck and a tarot deck. So as you can see, it's using, the stars, it's using the tarot influences, but it says inspiration, fulfillment, and faith. So it's saying stars, inspiration, fulfillment, and faith. Look to the stars, dream big. If you're going to dream anyway, why not dream big? Inspire yourself. What would make you feel fulfilled? If time and money were no object, what would you want to be doing right now? Where's the possibility of that? Have faith that it will come. Okay. So that is the Psychic Tarot deck. And you know what? You can't go wrong with any of the decks. You can't use them wrong as long as you're putting good intention into that. Like I said, all things could be used for good or bad. So if you if you put a bad intention into it or you're seeking revenge, anything, you know what, you're messing up the whole deck. Don't do it. Positive reinforcement for my higher good and the higher people, the higher good of those that are around me. Help me to have a positive influence on others. Help me to have a positive influence on myself. Guide me in the direction of my spiritual path for your good, right? Positive influence always. um And then there is I got a couple Radley Valentines, and this is Guardian Angel messages. I don't know where that Archangel, I thought I pulled it. So this is also like a Oracle Tarot deck, but I use it based on the colors. So this is talking about a spiritual union that's coming together. And you can see like the wings that are around it, but to me that also looks like a heart and it is green. So it signifies to me healing. So if you were sitting in front of me and I pulled this for you, I would say to you um, something along the line of, are you in a relationship right now? If you are, there's some healing that needs to take place. The two of you need to come together as one. See how their heads are together. It's hard to do in the creep. There we go. Um, looking at the reflection, but their heads are together. Their third eyes are together. You need to come together as one. Communicate. I mean, you've got this cup here. My cup overfloweth with you. But we have to have this bigger connection. Maybe our communication is off. Maybe we're just kind of passing each other by, but we need to heal from the relationship that we're in. If I said, and based on other cards around it, hopefully I would know whether you're in a relationship or not. But I might look at this and say, you're not in a relationship right now. No, no, I'm not. I'm never going to be in a relationship again. You need to heal. You need to have a communication with yourself. You need to love yourself. You need to put out into the universe exactly what you're looking for, how you want it to feel, and expect it to come to you. So that's the guardian angel messages. So like I said, there's different decks out there for different people. And if you want to learn how to use the deck, Just pick a deck up. You know what? I didn't talk to you about how to pick a deck up, how to buy a deck. Some people say a deck should be purchased for you. If that's of your belief, that's fine. I don't believe that. If somebody purchases a deck for me, thank you very much for thinking of me, but it may or may not mean anything to me. I might be like, ooh, this is not for me. Or I might be like, ooh, okay. So if you have, let's say you had two decks that you were trying to decide between, and these are your two decks. Which deck did you pick up first? Oh, I picked this one up first. Then this is probably the deck for you. It's the one that draws you in first, in most cases. The one that spoke to you, like, oh, what's this? Okay. If you're still kind of waffling back and forth between which decks, use the energy test. Put it in your hand. If you're right-handed, put it in your left hand. Put your right hand over top of it. Kind of stand back and see if you feel the energy. You'll pull forward or pull backward or kind of go side to side. How does it feel in your hands? And then do it with the other one. Woo! This one brought me forward right away. It's this one. Worst case scenario, buy them both. Okay? So, I just wanted to give you some basics on Angel and Oracle decks. Like I said, I don't know enough about tarot. It doesn't click with me for some reason. There are a lot of great tarot card readers out there, and there's a lot of good teachers. I'm not your teacher because it hasn't clicked with me in the 10 years that I've been doing this. Angel and Oracle, energy cards, but tarot just doesn't click with me yet. I'm trying, but it may just not be the tool for me. So pick up a deck. If you feel drawn, put a positive intention in that. Draw one at a time, put your energy into it. What does this mean to me? And as you grow, you'll know. Isn't that funny? As you grow, you'll know whether they're for you or not. Some people use them daily. Some people will use them once a month. Some people are like, oh, wonder where that deck is. And then they'll get it out and they'll pull. Um, so hold on a second. I see comments. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Okay. It's crazy that I'm talking about this. Yeah. Yep. So, and you know, Shelby, um, sometimes, and I know you've heard this before, but sometimes a door closes so that a better door opens. You know, you're losing your job next week. You're not losing your job. Closing that chapter. It's speaking positive energy into it. And it's allowing yourself to say, I need something better. Bring me a career. Put the right people in my path that can help me decide what I want to do. Maybe it's time for you to retire. I don't know. It depends on what you were thinking and what you want to do. But you could always pull um, cards to see, like, where am I going with this? Set your intention out into the universe. Don't set the attention of what the worry is. What do you want it to look like? All right. So if you're thinking about getting a deck, if you're looking at being on a spiritual path, but you don't know where to start, this is a way to start. Picking up an oracle deck, an angel deck, just kind of getting familiar with it. Um, Meditate, read books. Oh my gosh, read lots and lots and lots and lots of books. Um, I have like a reading list, a suggested reading list that I've had probably for 5 or 6 years. And I thought the other day, I should really update this because I've read so many other books that are like, oh, this is a good book. But it is raising your own vibration to get your own insight. And then once you use the cards for a while, all of a sudden your intuition will go, I don't have a card in my hand, but in my head I saw such and such. What's that a symbol for? Oh, that means Archangel Michael. And those of you who know me or who have readings from me, I've explained this. This is one of my fun aha moments. Um, so I work with Archangel Michael a lot. I feel the presence of Archangel Michael. But when I first opened up to spirit, like I'm a scaredy cat when it comes to things of the unknown, things that you can't see. And now I'm talking to dead people like, hello, please. So I knew that Archangel Michael was the protector, right hand of God. He had the sword and he has a sword and he has the shield. So I'm a very visual person. So when I got to the point where I was afraid or I felt like I was going to throat punch someone or, I needed to call in protection or someone to like take care of this, I call in Archangel Michael. In my mind, I would visualize, I hope someday this gets to John Travolta. In my mind, I would visualize John Travolta with the raincoat on, and he's dancing in holding chocolate chip cookies, and the coat comes off, the wings go out, and all of a sudden, I don't feel afraid or I don't feel angry. All right. How can I be angry? How can I feel afraid when I have a dancing man coming with chocolate chip cookies to me? Literally, I don't know what it's been. 8 years later, 7 years later, since I started using this visualization technique, when I feel myself get afraid, or when I feel like there's a hard decision to make, or I feel like I'm spiraling out of control, I can smell chocolate chip cookies. My sign to say, you're not alone. I got this. Don't worry about it. Have faith. Makes sense? Hold on. Somebody wrote something. I went through that 3 months ago. I lost my job that was sucking the life out of me on a Friday. I got a new job by Monday. I was so relieved. I took a week off to decompress. Absolutely. The universe may have something new for you, but it has to take away whatever is in the way because something better is coming for you. I always like to feel that way when something is, I don't want to say devastating, but something has shook my world. Let's say, I've been in my job for 20 years or whatever, and all of a sudden they're like, we're having layoffs and see you later, bye. It's going to shake your world because what was your normal routine is now going to change. And you go back and forth from believing in certain things, but then someone crosses your path that says, oh my gosh, I so need you to help me with so and so. I've got this project. And it's something that you are so good at and that you've always wanted to do. So they took what was in your way out of your way so that good things could come your way. So, God, angels, guides, spirit, they have a plan. Ask them. Help me to receive all the gifts that you want to give to me gently, and help me not to miss these signs, symbols, and opportunities. And if I miss it, send it to me again. And maybe I need to pull a couple cards that says surrender and oh, this is funny. Surrender and release those things that no longer serve me because there's a new beginning that's coming for me and I am well supported by God and the angels. Okay? So, this is just a way that you can use one type of tool to connect to a channel with your higher self to allow you to connect to your angels and your guides. Um, or you can choose not to use them. I've just been asked so many times about it that I thought, hey, now's a good time to talk about it. So, I'm thinking. So, I'm just going to show you if I were to do a past, present, future, your path and your challenge. I'll show that to you and then we will call it a day. So, if I were to do past, present, future, your path and your challenge, if you were in front of me, I'll pull these cards. I pull one for past. This is how I feel. Two for present, one for future, two for the path, and then generally one for the challenge. Sometimes more than one or two will pop out. I just take it with me. And I like to read them forwards and backwards. Not everybody does that, but to me, it feels like there's more clarity. So it's kind of funny. So the past is Archangel Michael. I think that's funny that that was the first thing that came up. So Archangel Michael showing up in the past can mean one or two of things. And depending on who's in front of me and the energy that I'm feeling from them, um, I would explain the way it means. When it shows up in the past, it lets me know that Archangel Michael has been with you for a very long time. You've felt him with you. You've used him to help you through hard situations. And it's just that reminder that Michael is with you. When it also shows up in the past, maybe you've used him and known that he's been with you for a long time, but now all of a sudden you don't feel Archangel Michael there. Well, just like a parent who sits back and watches their child struggle, who thinks to themselves, oh my gosh, I could do this so easily for them, they wait until they're invited in to help because Michael knows that you can figure this out, right? But we'll wait to intervene until you say, I can't. Just like your child will be like, Mom, can you help me with this math problem? I've been working on it for 40 minutes and I can't figure it out. Okay. For the present, cards are nature and forgiveness. Now, this is just an example. I'm not doing a card draw for anyone. So, just for instance. So, this is your present. So, your angels are saying to me that you're starting to, you are being grounded in nature. You're spending more time outside. You are paying attention to the way the sky looks and the air smells and how the grass feels. And it's almost like rejuvenating for you. And as you're doing this, it's almost like a meditation. And certain things come up to you in your mind that you've been carrying with you for too long. So you're working through forgiveness of yourself of past regrets and forgiveness of those that are around you. You're forgiving them, you're releasing them because it doesn't do you any good anymore. And as you are forgiving them, it helps you to grow in nature. It helps you to get regrounded and to have a different perspective of things because you've forgiven not only those others around you, but yourself. Okay? The future shows me harmony, right? So harmony represents a flow, fluidity, feeling good about yourself, walking in balance, allowing yourself to just click with yourself. So when you look at the card, you see how he's kind of like stepping light. There's a fiddle, the moon's back there. So what does harmony mean to you? Harmony means that all of a sudden I can breathe again. I'm comfortable in my own skin. I have put away the thoughts of others and have decided that this is my life, this is my journey. And although these people around me may mean a lot to me, I've got to do what is right for me. The path to that is through balance and answered prayers. So your angels are saying to you, we hear your prayers. We will answer them at the proper time. There may be a puzzle piece that's missing, or there's one more thing that needs to happen, but keep praying, keep asking, and keep having faith on this because we will bring balance to you, right? We want you to feel balanced. But if we give you this answered prayer right now, it may not be the right time and it may throw you off balance. And sometimes your answered prayers, the answer is no. But know that what the ultimate outcome will bring you balance. Your challenge is dreams. Dreams can mean a couple things, right? So, depending on who's in front of me, dreams may mean to me you've stopped dreaming. You've stopped setting goals. Maybe you've come to a certain age that you think this is just the way my life's going to be, blah blah blah. I'm never going to be able to do this or this. So, I just kind of give up. Your angels are calling you back to that saying, "Oh my gosh, there's so many more things for you to do." Why are you giving up on yourself? Dream big. Put action behind it. Dreams can also mean those dreams that you have at night, as well as your daydreams. What do they mean? What are they telling you? What are they saying to you? And if you're a person that says, I don't dream, you do dream, you just don't remember your dreams. So maybe you write down as soon as you wake up in the morning, write for 2 or 3 minutes. Before you go to bed, write a question that you want to find an answer to. And then when you wake up, write it down. Because as soon as your feet hit the floor, the dream just like it's like a penny in a piggy bank. As soon as your feet hit the floor, it's gone. Okay, so it's as soon as you wake up, grabbing a piece of paper and a pencil. As soon as you wake up, you grab for your phone, right, to see what news is around. So, what are your dreams? What are the things that you still want to accomplish? What are you thinking about when you're daydreaming? What signs and symbols are the same? Okay, this is your challenge for you. So, if I were to read it backwards, then after I gave you that information, I would say once you start um, hanging on to your dreams again, once you start realizing and putting action behind the thought that things can happen for you, your prayers will be answered. And when your prayers are answered, it will help you to find balance. Okay? It all starts with your dreams being wonky because you're doing the same old, same old. You need to find balance and harmony. And in order to find harmony, you need to walk through forgiveness. Who in your life are you holding a grudge for? Where are your regrets? Do you need to release them and set them free? Do you need to have a conversation with them? Do you need to release yourself? These are all the questions that'll come up. So, forgiveness. And when you're walking through forgiveness, you will be grounded. You will feel that balance, that grounding, like, why was I holding on to that so long? And it all starts with Archangel Michael, calling him back in, saying, man, I've got some shit that I need help with. And Michael will help you to walk through this, to open up your dreams again. Okay, so that's just a brief example of what that would mean. So we just talked about one particular subject, angel and oracle cards. If you're interested, pick up a deck, play around with them, see how they feel, take them seriously, put good intentions in them, and you're on your way. So, final thoughts, upcoming things. This Saturday, Fall Fest, Hip Gypsy Emporium, 22nd and 23rd. Bel Air, Maryland, a couple privates available. October 17th through the 19th, the Women's Retreat. October 27th, the Harry Potter Hip Gypsy Gallery reading. October 28th, Kismet Epiphany. The new group, the Circle for the Divine Sacred Empowerment Circle that we're starting, and new classes that are coming up starting in January. I've got all these great projects that are coming up. Tune in each Tuesday at 10:30. Got some other things that are coming up that we'll talk about, but feel free to share and like the page. I hope you have a great and wonderful day, and I will see you next Tuesday at 10:30. I pray that you all are living the life you love and you're loving the life you live. If not, you're the only one that can change it. Peace out. Connecting to Spirit with Stacy. I'll see you later.